President Biden says the pandemic is over, but health officials are warning that we could have a significant surge in COVID cases this winter. Dr. Mallika Marshall joins us now. And doctor, what would you say to people who haven't yet had their updated booster?
That it's time to go and get it.
Yeah, okay.
Because,
I assume that.
Right, because we're not done with COVID, and COVID certainly is not done with us, and won't be for some time. So I think we're going to get used to the idea of needing periodic boosters just like we do with the flu. So the new boosters produced by both Pfizer and Moderna provide additional protection against Omicron BA.5, which is still the dominant variant nationwide. Health officials are urging people 12 and up to get the shot no later than Halloween. This will allow ample time to build immunity before cold and flu season hits and, of course, help slow the spread of the virus because we don't want to see big surges.
No, not like we have seen in the past.
Exactly.
Okay, so tea drinkers are going to love this story. Tea apparently has some benefits in preventing diabetes, although you really have to love it potentially to get the full benefit.
That's right, because you have to drink a lot of it.
Right.
So research is being presented at the European Association for the Study of Diabetes, and they looked at data on more than 1 million adults and found that drinking at least 4 cups of black, green, or oolong tea, so you can mix it up, a day, was associated with a 17% lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Now, tea contains antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds, which might also reduce the risk of heart disease and cancer. So, thumbs up to tea.
All right. Tea and coffee, both good. And why do so many of us feel exhausted after a long day's work, even if you haven't done anything physically? Well, researchers may have found the reason.
That's right. These French researchers found that doing mentally challenging tasks for more than 6 hours actually triggers a buildup of a molecule in the brain called glutamate. Now, glutamate is involved in learning and memory, but high levels could be toxic. So they say we sort of may be programmed to feel tired after taxing our brains so that we take a break and allow levels of glutamate in the brain to fall. So what can you do to reduce those glutamate levels? You know, first of all, get a good night's rest before you work the next day and take frequent breaks throughout the day. So I'm going to say goodbye to you.
Okay. You've had an especially taxing day.
I have.
Well, you know, I think that's helpful because a lot of times we feel like, why do I feel so depleted? I didn't do anything extraordinarily physical, but you had a tough day of working through issues.
I know. And I don't know if being on air, I also find very taxing. So I'll come home and be like, I'm exhausted, even though all I've had to do is sit here and get to chat with you.
Well, I enjoyed this very much.
The glutamate is building up as we speak.
So now is the time to send it back over to David. David?
All right, so have 4